platform. I'm Keystone and this is Redbone. We launched this platform as a way of speaking to the people from a point of view that we feel may have been overlooked or just not heard. It seems to be a lot of interest in the city of Pacoima, a few miles north of Los Angeles. Our story is too complex for just one point of view, so we decided to give you a full insight into our hometown, Pacoima, California. We're going to get into our history, street culture, politics, sports legends, and music legends. From the sometimes bitter, sometimes sweet relationships between the blacks and the Pacoima Latinos, to the contentious interactions with the Foothill Division Police Department. Pacoima has a unique voice that distinguishes itself from the greater Los Angeles area. We've heard from everyone else, now it's time for the Pacoima.
So they had Pacoima getting Buster Holmes, and then the LA kids was getting Buster Holmes at the same time, right?
Right. Right.
This is what a lot of people
So
don't
But
know.
see, then they did a number on us though. They did a number on us because first Pacoima was getting 7th and 8th graders. Then the following year, they was kicking up too much dust. They just started sending 7th graders. But the LA cats was getting 7th, 8th, and 9th. So it made us was exposed to 8th and 9th graders too. But we wasn't bound down like that. Let's do it.
And look,
You know what I mean?
what a lot of people don't know, it was actually the A trays. That's what they was getting into it with, was the A trays. Remember Spanky?
They was different gangs. Them dudes wasn't all from the
But I'm
same
saying,
gang though.
but that main
Them
dude
dudes, cause
Spanky.
you had Spanky, you had Michael Proctor, you had Arthur Boone, you had all kind of cats. Them cats was from different
No,
neighborhoods,
but Spanky
but a
was
lot
from
of them
A
was
tray.
related though.
Spanky was from A tray. That's when they had to fight with
Oh, and
Allen Hall.
Spanky was six. Spanky was 6'5" in the 9th grade.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, real shit. And that name, yeah, I remember. I heard about that shit.
You know who Spanky is? Spanky married Blaylock's sister.
Yep.
Got a
Okay.
kid with her.
Yep.
He ended up moving to the valley after that. Ended up going into service and moving to the valley because I guess he met her when he was going to school and came
Hey,
back and had a baby with her.
Yeah,
he
I met
saved
him
my
at
And
life
the
too.
he was running around the valley,
Yeah, I met
but
him
he
at the
For
wasn't
dam.
banging
real.
there.
I met him at the dam. He was cool. He was cool.
But
Real shit.
him and Allen Hall had a cold fight. That's what shut it down when him and Allen Hall had that fight. And they was in the classroom and Allen hit him over the head with a typewriter. Busted his eardrums
Man, that fight
and the
was
Dang.
nigga
so
had a tear
cold.
come out his eye. The nigga had a tear come out his eye. We knew he was human then, so you know what happened was on then.
Huh.
Hey,
It was
Yeah.
on and cracking.
they say they was fighting so hard the teachers let them fight. They said they was chunking.
Shit, they couldn't stop it. They didn't want to break. You just had to stop fighting. They wasn't breaking up nothing.
They
Damn.
probably like hell no. So all y'all had to get your fade in after that.
Shit, it was like a little riot over there, man. They shut the school down.
Oh shit.
They shut the school down, man. It was real life shit, man. That shit was but see it was cold because prior to all that shit, we was all athletes, man. We was playing ball. We wasn't but our older siblings went there and they was with the business, so we came next. It wasn't no you was guilty by association. If you wasn't banging and you was from the valley anyway, they was gonna get you if they caught you slipping in the bathroom or something. So you had to be with it. I get up out of that school.
Oh, it was like that.
Y'all getting the
Oh
real.
yeah, oh yeah. But
Right.
then you had then you di- oh yeah, but then you had the OGs like Kingsbury now when they got wind of that shit, they start coming up to the school, running through the school, running down the hall, grabbing niggas
Villafranco.
out of classrooms and shit.
Wayne Villafranco ran up in there
You
with
know
him.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bryce.
Miller Gang that was Miller Gangster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
For
that was
real.
when he was Valley Squad. He
Yeah.
was
You know what
Valley
I mean?
Squad then.
Right. You didn't have man. Shit, it's
That's
a
deep.
cold thing. I'm telling you.
G-Man was there.
Way back then.
Red Cole was one of them, and Ty.
Yeah, Greg was there. Greg was in the eighth grade.
Rest in peace
Todd
to both of
Marshall.
them. Rest in peace to both of them. Both of them brothers.
It was a lot of cats over there. Dale was over there. Lamont Washington, John Austin. All
Damn.
of us was over there,
Victor
man.
Sanders.
All
No
of us was
shit.
over there. Oh yeah,
Lauren
Victor
Pratt.
Sanders.
No, Lonnie Pratt. Lonnie
Lauren
Pratt was
Pratt was older than
no,
us.
no.
They wasn't
His
there.
brother Lonnie.
Lonnie was there.
Lonnie was there.
Lonnie was there. Lonnie was there. Lytton Gray.
Keith Berkeley. A lot of them.
Oh, all them cats. Keith Berkeley, Alan Rouse, all them cats, man. It was a bunch of cats
Man.
over there, man, with the
Damn.
business. Yeah, oh yeah, it was going down.
Damn. Hey, that's a that was a roll call right there.
Yeah, that was a nice little
Oh
roll
yeah.
call.
Oh,
All
Damn.
that hoes.
some motherfucker gonna be mad that I didn't mention them. You know what I mean? But
Barney Rule, rest
your
in
boy
peace. Was
Crazy was
there?
over there too, though.
Who?
Oh
Barney
wow.
Rule, Be Crazy,
Nah, B
Sports,
Crazy didn't go.
Sporty,
B Crazy
Shorts,
didn't go.
Be Crazy. Let me think, man.
Nah, he wasn't there. We
Yeah,
already
he said he didn't go to Homes,
He didn't go. He didn't go.
Was
Okay.
so Leo went?
but I think his brother went. I
It was
I
think
think
Leo.
Leo
Leo.
went the
He
year
said
before. I
Leo.
think
Okay,
Leo
so
went the
that's the
year
Griffin that
before.
went then. It was Leo. Okay.
Yeah, Leo went the year before. Leo went the year before. But it was see Kevin now, my people Kevin went the year before. Kurt Huff and them was all over there. James Boyd, they was over there kicking up dust.
So James Boy, see James Boy, man. I used to hear a lot about James Boy. So damn.
Oh, that boy was a cold athlete, but
Okay.
you know, you already know. Them cats was athletes, man. One of the coldest athletes to come out the valley.
man,
James Boyd.
man.
So is that so
Was good.
Holmes? So Holmes is what did that make? Well, I'm gonna try to ask this. That Holmes experience, did it kind of like push you guys together to where it was like the forming of Pacoima Paru? Was that like
Nah.
nah?
That's something totally separate. That was that was more like the valley. Cause like I said, we was all athletes. We wasn't really into the bang. We was into the sports and the women's.
Hey,
But for
I know
them
how to rephrase that
to think
question.
that what go here.
That's how y'all was. That's how the Valley was introduced to the Crips.
Right.
There we go. There
Right,
we
right.
go.
See the
So
Right.
thing
Pacoima
that
That's
was
was
the
right.
first
That
Pacoima
experience.
was introduced to the Crips.
That
There
was
you
the
go.
first experience that Pacoima had with
But the
Crips,
Crips was
right?
at
I'm
Holmes.
gonna
There we
say
go.
in the young area because I
At a
don't know
young cat.
about because a
Okay.
lot of them cats was going to the pen already. They already knew about Crips,
Okay.
but
But as
we
Right,
as
right,
but
that
right.
as
our
Pacoima, all us
generation.
athletes, yeah,
Okay.
that was the first time I was exposed to Crips
Okay.
and
Hold.
Bloods. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because when Kevin was coming home telling me the stories and the shit that was going down, he was like, "You better be ready." I said, "Shit,
Wow.
hey,
it is what it
that's the
is."
same thing my brother used to come home and tell me because I was next up to bat that next year, and like I said, they
Right,
derailed us, but I was prepared for it because see the thing is what it was. It didn't start us or them to being bloods and nothing like that because the only time they could bang was when they went to school. When the summertime came, it was over with. It was back to normal. We, you know what I'm saying, doing normal things because we didn't have that in our area. You know what I'm saying? But when school started back, there was a
right,
lot of people getting busted different schools and they knew how to handle it now. You know what I'm saying? Because Holmes, folks,
right,
Holmes taught them a lot. And then, like I say, just us getting the conversation, we was prepared for it no matter what school we went to. You know what I'm saying? But Holmes was that
right.
Mm.
introduction.
So was it at Holmes? Was it just based on just straight off the back? We Crips, we don't like y'all because y'all from the valley, or was they trying to get y'all to become Crips, or what was like? What do
Nah,
you
it wasn't
feel?
no trying to be, but because it was already separation when I got there, so it was already them cats was like y'all bloods. It wasn't like y'all
You got to
y'all
remember.
bloods.
You got to remember, Stone. Like he was saying, it was a few older cats, Kevin and a few other cats that went there before them. Now, being from the
Got it
valley,
already.
being
Right,
from the
right.
Right,
valley, we already said blood just in general. You know what I'm saying? It didn't mean nothing, but that's what we said.
right,
So that was one of the things that triggered them when they was hearing the homies talking amongst each other. But again, at the time, you still had the Valley Swans like Todd and G-Man and Allen Hall that went there. You know what I'm saying? And they went there with the gang banging agenda, and they was part of that whole that same umbrella with.
Alan was like me though. Alan was like me though. He had an older sibling. He had
Yeah,
Danny.
Big Dan.
Alan wasn't really, but we was already educated on what's gonna take place. So either you was gonna stand up or you was gonna bow down. But we've been fighting all our life, so it wasn't nothing but to let's do it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So we was standing up for the valley. Whatever else the shit they was trying to label us with, that's what it was gonna be. But it was Valley, homie, and they thought Valley dudes was like white boys, man. They thought we was like busters,
For
man.
real.
We wasn't no busters. We was with it if you wanted it. So they just kind of like tried to separate us, and shit. Everybody gravitated to it. Then from that point, like okay,
Mm.
it is what it is.
That's deep, man.
Yeah.
Nah, so they just had that straight, like it was just like that. It was like you say, it was already separated by the time y'all got
Right.
there.
It
So
was
shit.
already red and blue when we got there. So
Wow.
when you from the valley, you was guilty by association. You coming from over there? You coming from over that side? We know what y'all is because we
So
already
did
had
did
funk with.
did that did that make y'all start wearing a little bit more red to
Oh
distinguish
yeah,
yourself
oh
too?
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's what it did do.
For real.
Right,
For real.
I remember
right.
Boo one day came home, and I guess a couple cats was talking on the bus, and everybody said it was on a Friday. Monday morning, everybody wear red, and I don't know how many people wore it. I
E-
know Boo went with his red on.
Everybody wear red rags in the back of your pocket. That's what it was.
Okay.
Everybody wear your flag Monday.
Ooh.
I remember
That's
my
what that
brother
was.
leaving the house with his
Eh,
red. I remember I
Right.
was on my way. Well, I was on my way to Fillmore still.
But I'm telling you, it was wear red, but when you got off that bus, you better have your flag hanging out in your pocket. If you didn't have your flag, we getting at you.